What if the reason our goals don't stick is because we're starting them at the wrong time? I don't start mine on January 1st. I start mine on my birthday. And I choose a goal for every year of the age that I am. And this year, that's 43. If your goals never seem to stick, hit the like button because this could completely change how you think about them. I know that 43 goals sounds like a lot, and honestly, it is. It really is. Doing the number of goals for your age, eventually I need to cap it. But for now, this year, I'm doing 43 goals. I've been doing this since I was 35, 9 years I've been doing this. And in all of those years, I have not once finished all of my goals. Not once. Now I know what you're thinking. Joanne, you're telling me that this helps you stick with your goals, but you haven't ever finished all of them. And you know what? That is totally fair. But what I've learned is I can be upset about the goals that I didn't complete, or I can be happy about the goals that I did complete and see the progress that I made on the goals that maybe I didn't finish doing. Because let's be honest, if I never set those goals in the first place, I would have never done any of it. So when I look back, I can see the growth that I've made, the progress that I've made. I can see these experiences that I've had that I wouldn't have had otherwise. Sometimes I look at a goal that I didn't finish and I realize, this wasn't really as important to me as I thought it was, or it wasn't as interesting as I expected it to be. Sometimes the goal was a little too ambitious. I needed to break it down into smaller goals or just make it a smaller goal itself. And so I do that and set it for the next year, and I'm a little more successful the next year. Over time, this helps me to be more honest with myself about what I realistically can accomplish that year and about what things are really important to me. And by doing that, I'm able to accomplish more each year. So in this process, I've noticed that I complete more goals each year, even though I'm not finishing them all. And the ones that I don't finish, I've made progress on, and it's wonderful. It used to really bother me when I wouldn't finish all of the goals, and I would look in my goal journal, and all I would see is the goals that I didn't complete. Because I think that a lot of us believe that if we don't complete the goal, that we failed. And that's always how New Year's resolutions always felt to me. It was like you start your resolution on New Year's Day, and if you aren't completely perfect, then you failed. But when I changed my start date to my birthday, things kind of shifted. It didn't just feel like this generic time when everybody's making goals. It felt more personal to me. It wasn't just another year, it was another year in my life. So then I actually sit down and I think, what do I want my life to look like? What things do I want to experience this year? What do I want to learn? And so those goals feel less random. The start date feels less random. It's not just another New Year's resolution. It's me progressing in life and doing things that I really want to do. So if you've ever struggled with making and keeping goals, let me show you how I build mine. I start off by making a long list of everything I want to do, everything I want to learn, everything goes on the list. The big goals, the small goals, the one-time experiences that I want to try out, everything goes on the list. For this step, being realistic is not the point. The point is to get everything out of my mind and onto the list so I can take a look at it and decide, is that actually something that I want to do this year? This is actually a list that I keep running throughout the year. So when a thought occurs to me, oh, I'd really like to try that out, or I see something that sparks an idea, I can put it on the list. And then when my birthday comes around, I can look in the list and say, oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I really do want to try that. So if you do this, I would highly recommend keeping that continuing list so that you don't forget those fun ideas that you had throughout the year. After I've made this list, I go through and I pick the ones that really seem the most interesting, the most exciting, the ones that really stand out to me. The ones that I'm really excited about doing. Because those are probably the ones that I'm going to be the most successful at, and the ones that I will feel are the most important to me. Because I know that when I have a goal that I'm not really excited about, that one drops to the end of the list, and usually it's one of the ones that at the end of the year I didn't finish because I wasn't really excited about it. Then I look at the big picture because I don't want all of my goals to be in the same area of my life. They can't all be fitness goals. They can't all be relationship goals. I tried to balance it out, so I have some relationship goals, some health goals, some fitness goals, some creativity goals, some work goals, you know, etc., etc., etc. So that I'm able to grow in lots of different areas of my life, and hopefully I can make my life a little more balanced, help me to live a more full life. If you were to start your list right now, what is one goal that you would put on it? One goal that you're super excited, something that you really want to accomplish? Let me know down in the comments because I would love to hear what you have to say. Maybe I'll add it to my list as well. I always choose the number of goals I'm going to commit to based on how old I'm turning that year. And this year I'm turning 43. And so I'm doing 43 goals. Although 43 is getting a little excessive. I mean, do you think 43 is excessive? It might be a little excessive. I might need to look into changing that this next year. But for you, it doesn't have to be the same. Maybe you decide that you want to do your age, or maybe you were born on December 23rd and you decide, I want to do 23 goals. Or maybe you figure out that for you, 5 goals is all you can handle. That's great. That's perfect. Do that. Do what works for you. Do what's personal for you, because that's what's going to make you stick to it. If it's something that's really personal to you. Let me know in the comments what you think your number of goals would be, because I like to see what it looks like for different people. Once I figure out what all of my goals are, I like to track them in my goal journal, make them a little bit more visual. So make sure you're subscribed so you can see how I track all 43 of my goals. Now, am I going to finish all of these goals by my next birthday? I would like to say yes, but the true answer is probably not. But I've learned that I shouldn't measure my success or failure by the number of goals that I haven't completed. I need to measure my success by all the things that I did get done. Because every year that I do this, I do things that I wouldn't have tried otherwise. I progress, and I see myself living a fuller life. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about living a life on purpose. Doing the things that I want to do to make my life what I want it to be. And if January 1st has never worked for you, maybe you need to find a day that's a little more personal for you. For me, that's my birthday. If this video gave you a new way to think about your goals, I would really love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe, because in the next video, I'm showing you how I track all of these 43 goals so that I'm not overwhelmed. Have an awesome day. There's a bee flying in my face. And now there's going to be a bee flying through this whole video. Another year in my life. Oh, sorry. Oh, there's a lot of noise right now.